Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather and today is Tuesday, December the 3rd of 2024. So today I'm down here in my basement. I'm just going to move my table over. My sewing machine won't plug in here. I gotta move some stuff out of my way. So I'm actually going to be sewing today. So I decided I was going to make these cute little Christmas cushions. So I started with the one day I was at the Dollar Tree and I found these fabric placemats. They were just the striped candy cane stripe looking ones. Plaid, that's the word I'm looking for. Plaid candy cane colors. So I got two of them. They were $1.75 each. And then a couple days later, I don't remember how many days later, but I was thinking I could, all I could find that one day was two. And I was thinking, well, I can even just make one pillow, with double-sided like this. That would still be okay. But I couldn't find those other ones or any other placemats. They had all the plasticky or foam ones. And then a couple days later, I found these ones at Dollarama. These are the ones that really look and feel like upholstered furniture. So these were $2.25 each. So I've got the one with the ornaments, and my deer's jumping off my table. Okay, and this one here with the poinsettias. Now I don't know, the way it looks to me, it looks like this has to go this way. Just the way this bow is, I don't know, it bothers me having the bow to the side. So it really looks like it has to go this way. But these are the only two I could find. So what I'm going to do is, I'll cut the tags off in a few minutes, but I'm going to have the back will be this and the front will be one of these ones. Now because they're from the dollar store, nothing lines up. Even these ones here, when I put these ones together, you can see that the plaid one falls right inside the seam allowance of this one. So my first thing I'm going to do is go and cut all of this seam off of these two. And it's going to make them a little smaller, I know, but then it's going to give me less bulk when I go to sew. So I just got to figure out where I put my scissors. I think they're over the other side of my room down in my basement. I'm still trying to figure out where everything's going to be going, where I think I should sit. And I thought this would be a good spot, but the outlet is not here. I thought the outlet was here. I think the outlet's on the other side. I just see a cable jack, and I know there's a cable jack there. I really thought, but I still have boxes behind me too, so just got to move a few things. I got to clear off my table here, bring my sewing machine over, plug it in, and then we can start sewing. First, I will just go and cut all these off, and then I will be back. All right, so I got my sewing machine plugged in. I'm just going to use the thread that's in here. It's purple. Nobody's going to see it. I can't find my other bobbins, or else I would change them out. I found the bobbins that will work for the other one, the other sewing machine, but I can't find the part of the cord for that one. So I'm just going to stick with purple thread. When it runs out, then maybe I'll change the color. And then I couldn't find my straight pins or anything, so I'm just going to use clothespins to hold these together. I'm just stitching 4 straight lines on my sewing machine. I don't really need a lot of pins to do this. So let's move this one out of the way first. So what I did was I just took this cloth or canvasy type placemat and I just cut off all these extra folded over edges. Now it is fraying, but I'm not worried because it's going to be sewn and it's going to be inside. So I just cut all these off of both of these placemats. It just gets rid of some of the extra bulk. Also, if I just put this one over top, you can see that it still overlaps So this one with the red backing is still a little bit smaller than the other one. So by cutting that, that gives me less material to be in the way, so less bulk. So I'm just going to line this up, and I'm going to do right sides together. Just making sure I get the corners kind of even here, and I'm just using clothespins for now. I'm just going to pin one in each corner. I was thinking I'd found some safety pins, but I don't think my little baby safety pins will be able to get through this thicker material. Like I said, I'm just sewing 4 lines on my sewing machine. I think the clothespins will, hold it steady for me. I mean, this one here is a heavy fabric. If I keep it on the bottom, it's gonna, keep everything straight. And I'll do the same to this other one here. Cut off the extra stuff. Lay these down right sides together. Just lining up the corners to make sure that it's even, because like I said, these placemats come from the dollar stores, and nothing ever really lines up. Well, even if it's not from the dollar stores, I found some high quality sheets and pillowcases, things like that. Sometimes they just, just a little bit, sometimes everything just doesn't always quite line up the way it should. Okay, so I got my pinned here. So now I'm just going to bring my sewing machine closer to me. Oops, did it drop? Oh, just all those little cut pieces. I've got my foot pedal and this wire tangled. There. That wire going that way, this wire coming this way, and I won't tangle the wires. And my sewing machine here, I don't know, I just have it set to 0, which is just the standard straight stitching. I might change it to a zigzag. So let's see. 3, 4 is the zigzag, and I'm not touching any of this other tension stuff. Whatever it says. So up here, the position, it's a 1.4, and this other one down here is just 3.5. So it's the position and then the size of the stitch, I guess. Like again, I don't touch these. I just kind of use my guideline down here as to which stitch I want to do, and then same up here with the tension. Oops, it's coming out of here. The tension up here, I keep it on about 3. I don't really play around with the tension on too many things unless I'm making something very specific with like really heavy material or really fine material. Then I would look that up and change the tension if I think I need to. But for on the sewing I just keep it on just most simple, easy, basic stitching. So now I do want to find which is the top and which is the bottom. Let's see. This is the bottom. So I'm going to start this. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to stitch around, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to leave myself a gap so I can fold this right side together. So I'm going to stick one here, so I know to stop when I hit this one. So I'm going to start about here. I'm going to flip that backwards. I got to end over here. I got to start over here. There, that's better. I want to get my material as close to the edge as possible. I'm just going to start stitching. I'll do a couple little back stitch. Oops. And for some reason this is not going straight. Leave my needle down and rotate. This was something new I just discovered. I didn't know anything about that. You leave the foot down and you can rotate the material. I used to come to the end, stop, cut, and restart. So, you know, don't do a lot of sewing. But when I discovered that, that saved myself so much time in sewing. I may have known that when I, in school. But when you don't sew for a long time, you kind of forget things. I'm just having trouble going through this material. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to continue sewing both of these, leaving myself a gap at the bottom about, maybe about like 2 inches or so. So when I get them both sewn, I will be back. Right, so I've got them both stitched together. I've left an opening on both of them, about the width of my 4 fingers. That will just really help to rotate these. Now, even though I had clipped some stuff off, I still have a lot of extra bulk of this woven one, so I'm just going to trim these down a bit. I knew by trimming it at first, like, it was going to help to make it easier to line up and to sew. I didn't have to worry about those extra pieces. But, and then I didn't know I was going to have to cut any extra bits off. That's okay. I'm only trimming this thicker one down a bit. And then to make the corners a little bit easier, I'm just going to cut the corners in a second. Just a big chunk here. So right where the corners are, I'm just going to clip across just on the outside of the stitching here. And my line is not perfectly straight stitching. I mean, I'm doing the best I can. I'm just trying to learn how to stitch. I've got some rows that are like really, really good, and then I got others where something happened. I had to stop or slow down, so the length between the stitches has changed. So now, supposedly be able to flip these right side. Usually once you get one spot pulled through, then the rest should just come through, and this is not working so easily for me. Just gotta keep pulling. Just when you find the right spot, there we go. Just finding the right thing to hold on to and pull. Should be able to get this to come right sides together. or flip this right side out. Just does not want to. There. It always looks so much easier for other people. Oh. Once you get the right corner, just working at this, trying to get these pulled through. I don't know, I've got it stuck. Okay, I will be back when I get these flipped the right way, so you don't have to watch me continuously struggle with this. I found the trick. The trick is to find the opposite corner. So I'm just pulling through the fabric, finding the opposite corner of where I'm pulling it through, and then should be able to get that corner through, and then I can start flipping this right side. Took a couple tries on the other one. There we go. This works so much easier. I haven't done a lot of working with material like this thick, turning it inside out, but once I'm able to get to a certain point and you're just kind of pressing it through the hole, and you're just putting the pulling this. Oh, there we go. See, just have to find the right corner, and then as you get more of the corners to come through, it just gets easier and easier. And just with practice, you'll there we go. And then you're just kind of pressing the inside out one into the hole and pulling out the other way. There. A couple shakes. Got it more or less the right side. I'm just gonna find my corners here. I've now got them both the right direction now. So now I'm going to take something long. I just have my scissors. I thought I had a longer paintbrush, but all my paintbrushes seem to be shorter than these scissors. I do have chopsticks if I want to run upstairs and grab a chopstick or anything. You see something long, and I'm just going to push into the corners, not too hard. You don't want to split, which I usually do. Can't say the number of times I have poked my corners like completely through with whatever I'm using to turn it right side and poke into the corners. And I've seen some people who do a lot of sewing have these tools that they use. So I've also used what was it, my bamboo knitting needles. They work good. They've got the one end, it's got the point, and they've got the one end that has like the ball on the end, and I find that ball part really helps so I don't poke through the material. I have no idea where my knitting needles are. There we go. I'm just going to pull this. I have to get these corners a little bit better. this one all right sides, and the corners are all, and I'll do the same for this one, getting the corners. I've got this one done now too. So now I'm just gonna grab my big duffel bag of polyfill stuff. It's actually just cushions. Now this one here is my daughter's cushion. It needs to get repaired, and I've got all the stuffing for it. Just haven't had time to do that. So I'm just gonna find this nice, oh, I've got this nice polyfill. This one here. This looks nice and fluffy. I'm gonna take a nice chunk of this and fill this. Push it down and I can give it a little shake and flatten it out like that. I'm just gonna fill these up. I'm not gonna overfill these, but I love how easy it is to make these cushions. I see a lot of women who don't do sewing, they hot glue. I actually prefer sewing to gluing, but you know, I know there's people who don't know how to sew. I was one of them, but I would never do hot glue instead of sewing. I just think hot glue is not going to hold up, whereas the sewing, well, so there's that one. I could still use a little bit more filling in that one, but I just want to get this one filled. And then I am actually going to just hot glue these shut for today. I just think it would be just a little bit faster, easier today. Normally to close them, I would do the invisible stitch, which is something I've recently learned how to do. But I just don't know where my needles are at the moment, so I'm just gonna plug in my glue gun and just glue these shut for now. I've also in the past just used that iron infusing hemming tape to close some of my pillows too. I find that works good too. I just don't know where my hemming tape is right now either. So there we go. This one definitely needs a little more filling. So I'm just going to put some more filling in here, and then I will be back to show you how I glue them shut. Alright, so I've got them both filled. So now, I would prefer to stitch these, but I don't know where my thread and needles are at this exact moment. Oops, I can push this corner out a little bit more. I thought I did. Okay, there. Now I just got to push some more stuffing into that corner. So to do that, I just kind of flatten this out and just kind of roll it like this. I'm just trying to get the stuffing to get into the corners, and anywhere where I've got too much is right here. Let's see if I can get this to kind of spread out. Then I'm just going to pull this a couple times, and I'm going to see exactly where my seam is. I'm just pushing the stuffing down because I don't want to end up gluing any stuffing on the outside. Just gonna put a bead of hot glue right there. Just pull these corners and then just kind of work my way over to find where the seam is and just hold that shut for a few moments. So that is one cushion done. I will do the same for the other one. And I will take these upstairs and put them on my little rocking chair, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so there is that one on the rocking chair. And then here is this one. Now, this one, I think because of the way that it goes, it's got the 2 poinsettias and the bow. I really like to put this one going vertically. I mean, you can put it either way, but because of the bow, I think I like it sitting more like that. And this one can sit like that. And then because these have the print on both sides, I mean, look at how cute that looks too. You get like reversible little cushions here. So I'm just gonna figure out how I like these to sit so you can see them. Like that. And the only person who's actually on this chair is my cats. So nobody really sits on this chair, but I like how they turned out. Right, again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.